far being pretty even with each other. Assemble Fire able to find the ultimate timing here. Nate with a great Galactic Legend, especially with Ewings. Didn't have the Karma Revival available just yet. Neither did they have the Soul Resurgence or the Eternal Bond. And now we reach the breaking point of what it seems like a banger of a best of 3.
Yeah, I'm thinking about 0-1 on that Blade as well. We haven't really seen a mainstay Blade thus far. This is the most that we've seen them on screen, at least in the Asia region. And Anti-Healing still trying to see and figure out if there's enough value as now we brought around the stairs. Assemble Fire starting things off. The shift break from Behemoth does it all onto the backline. And now through this choke point they go. My main ace ready for it. The Born again. Karmic Revival around this corner. It brings back 4 players into the momentum we go. They're firing back on those cylinders. Akame on the Kingdom, forcing out this invisible boundary, but the sparks flying galore on the side of Assemble Fire.
Akama going right in melee range. This is one of the playstyles that these Phoenix players have adapted to. And Ewings off the back of another Jutsu ultimate provides Ewings the man advantage and the site control that they absolutely need here.
That's why, I mean, the fact that Jutsu is able to get away with these Karmic Revivals time, and I think it's like 4, I've lost count, 4 times so far, so much value coming from a multi-revival. Now Freedom Card Mafia wants to open do anything. Fury with the meteor. On the side of the team. Everyone clean up so much on the Captain America. Now metal shine. Past that 50% mark. Solid start, but hey, they've lost that lead on point number 2, and so they can't back down. They can't kind of let down their guard, especially with Marcus already in the backline, but the Sparks make quick work of them. The regress from Ewings, the focus fire is too good.
Just counter. Jutsu will finally get shut down. Close a map 1 win. No response.
Mafia?
Is there a response for Assemble Fire to teleport? Is it in time? Come on. No. It's going to be a shutout for Ewings. Here, they take round 3, they take the best of 3 within map 1, and they will. You
can't see my face right now, Dan, but my God. All hope was lost.
But unfortunately, that was really only their saving grace. And we talk about this, just knowing when you have that sense of when the enemy might have their ultimates online is something that you need to know when you come to play at the highest level. And Ewings off the back of so many Karmic Revivals from Jutsu.
Such a staple here in the backline. Captain America is doing hopscotch. Not even from the line. They left Captain America alone there, and they dragged it all the way to 84.
That too, yeah. The play, the awareness coming in from Ewings, realizing that, hey, this fight's over. And Yuri realized that, and it got to a point where he was just, you know, pops the freedom charge and just starts bouncing all over the place. It's just, I don't know, it was just funny to watch, just watching the rest of the Simple Fire trying to finish off that pesky little Captain America. Not little, it's a very beefy Captain America. But with that bonus HP, with the extra movement speed, and just what these micro plays that turn into macro plays in a sense was all it took to bring Ewings to the finish line here in map number 1.
Yeah, I think this is the second instance this week that, at least for the first map domination, we've gone to a third point, and you know, it was a bit of a battle doing that second point as well. The fact that the semi-final were able to fight back with some brilliantly played teleports, my mate Nate high in the sky, finding these opportunities on the back line with some great galactic legends as the Sword, and Mafia doing, you know, trying to emulate that Captain America success as well. I'm thinking about 0-1 on that play. Like, I'm trying to understand and visualize was the play successful. You know, we did see the 1,000 cut slash happen a few times here and there, and the anti-heal comes out. I'm not sure about its efficacy.
Yeah, the efficacy definitely needs to be a little bit questionable. Yeah, you get the anti-heal down, but on the side of so many ways to get bonus HP. That's something that Blade can't do. Find the extra bonus HP coming in from the Mantis Ultimate, from the Captain America Ultimate as well, kind of just nullifies the anti-heal as a whole. So a little bit of a lackluster ultimate if you think about it in hindsight. But who also need a team that also needs to think in hindsight is Assemble Fire as they look to find a way back in map number 2 here in this best of 3. Both teams still looking for that first win, but we'll be right back if Ewings can secure it, or will Assemble Fire start to fire back. Don't go anywhere.
Dropping all those fighting souls, buddy, yeah. Across the world I
We're back here for map number 2 between Assemble Fire and U-Winx. And U-Winx taking the advantage here on domination. Brilliant Chala under their belt for that dub. This leaves Assemble Fire with a huge problem. They need to push map 2 and get their dub into a map 3, or else they are almost virtually out of the playoffs.
Yeah, we talked about this right before map number 1. Assemble Fire already working with 2 losses, 2 series losses, and now their backs are quite literally pinned against the wall as U-Winx did take control of map number 1. Assemble Fire, like you said, if they come out with a loss here in this series, it might be virtually impossible for Assemble Fire to make it into the playoffs.
And here we have map 2 chosen by Assemble Fire. It's going to be Yggdrasil's path, which we actually have chosen as the map 2 against onside gaming on day 1, and unfortunately it didn't quite go their way. So I'm thinking, hey, what else have they learned that lessons from the first 2 matchups against OMG, against Crazy Raccoons, that they need to bring to the table here for Yggdrasil's path Convoy.
Yeah, Yggdrasil was also a very popular map choice for many of these teams back in stage 1. Obviously, now it has changed quite a bit. I think Midtown definitely has overtaken Yggdrasil in terms of map popularity, but Yggdrasil Path is still a very comfortable map for many of these teams, especially when you're playing on the defensive side. You have a lot of options. I know most teams really like to pilot the triple Vanguard, triple strategist compositions when it comes to on the defense for Convoy, but here on Yggdrasil, there is a little bit of wiggle room. There is a little bit of a adaptation you can do. Maybe take to the skies with the Human Torch, with the Ultron, a solid combo that we have been seeing so far in stage 2. But then again, we have yet to see what the choice of composition comes in, as Assemble Fire and U-Winx going at it again, locking horns yet again here in map number 2, and both teams again looking for that all-elusive first win.
Yeah, the picks and bans that occurred back in that first map, and U-Winx went with a quadruple strategist ban against Assemble Fire, which really kind of shoehorned Behemoth and Beanie into effectively just a Luna Snow plus invisible invisible woman with the invisible boundary and a bit of that roll. Yes, powerful strategist alts that can support, but it also kind of locks the play into a certain field. And when your flyers like my mate Nate want to take to the skies and provide just more support, it doesn't necessarily support a pseudo dive mentality that Mafia and my mate Nate want to press around the flanks.
Area means more options to work with when you want that backline access. So we'll see if 01 does opt to pilot the blade again, like we saw in map number 1. Obviously, we did talk about how on paper, blade with so much healing, so much strategist being so impactful in the game, but keep in mind, the antidote only blocks additional healing. It doesn't block any additional bonus HP gain.
Yeah, quick change from the picks and bans here. U-Winx going ahead to ban out Captain America. A bit better. They like what Mafia was trying to emulate the likes of but at least not enough U-Winx to make it a bit more destructive. So hey, want to just take that out.
Yeah, I know. If this torch comes in, which might get switched out, both of these have picks. Oh, even the Phoenix also a very solid pick here for U-Winx. Phoenix, a very, very popular duelist for many of these teams, and it's just, in the sense, a better version of Hela, providing so much AoE, so much of that hit scan potential, and not to mention, you can also play a lot of different playstyles when you pilot a Phoenix. You can play front and back what what the hero was intended to be. You can also go right in your face, just go full melee, just start using your hands and just throw at them, or you can just go for that line access potential too. You've got so many different ways you could play this hero, and it's kind of surprising coming into the stage 2 tournament.
Yeah, but see, the chess move here from Assemble Fire is to ban out the hero, right? I mean, we've seen the combo wobbles between the Meteor M plus the Ensong Inferno. Just firstly, the latter being strip away any extra health and shields, and then the Meteor M, the Meatball of Death, just comes in and swoops you right off your feet. Like, great counterplay from the side of Assemble Fire. That without a Meteor M in the sky just gives that Inferno Bot a bit more sustainability, a bit more life duration, that is, to support and changes. Assemble Fire are able to bring the heat.
Assemble Fire rocking a triple Vanguard, a 3-1-2 setup for Assemble Fire. My mate Nate being the only duelist here as Assemble Fire look to open things up on the defensive side. The Moon Knight being the choice here, as 0-1 is able to support things with a potential multi-man strangling prison into a hand-up Kanju Wombo combo, which we see is a very, very easy combo to pull off.
Yuri taking to the skies is the torch, wanting to apply some backline pressure, and is doing so, right? Just trying to cut things off from supporting this frontline Vanguard, when the walls will do just that, but manages to get away with the knife. Not nice. Long enough though. Kingdom will drop with these flames, and now the backline is being pushed from Assemble Fire. They're losing ground, especially Mafia out of the way. No Vanguard. Just needs to work right out behind now. And taking control of this first point.
March. Portal does come in online. Everyone turning into the fray. A good ultimate coming in from Behemoth to try to keep the team alive, but Kingdom was nowhere near that Fate of Both Worlds.
I mean, that was impossible. I didn't even see where Kingdom was, but regardless, will be sent back. Now, a trade of Sudden's ultimates in the back line, kind of just making it work. Thunderball will fire off Freedom Charge on U-Wings, trying to break themselves back into this. Open this defense.
What went wrong in their last matchup against XO1, and here they are just going in, guns blazing. Assemble Fire, zero room to work with, zero chance of a winning fight, as Yutsu was able to just zone everyone away. The hero of map number 1. As everyone the back of a multi-man strangling prison of 0-1, but number 1 Ewings is perfect.
Honestly, thought 0-1 had it, right? The great strangling prison catching the view, but really just the backline dive from Akame, and the stagger on the Mobile, Muffin, tugging this cart along, looking so close to that second point, even wanting to stagger out this top side advantage, so they'll have to come into the choke, and that's precisely what they do. Legends in the sky, trying to apply some pressure, but this side seduction coming to hold back the recesses of Assemble Fire.
Every time Assemble Fire looks for something, the stun is good still, somehow! Nullified by Weecon with the shove, and now Ewings. Being that little nuisance, which finally gets stunted by the push from Assemble Fire. Yep.
Yeah, don't overextend there, Kingdom. You don't want to get picked up a little too early. You got that Living Chi online, which is really kind of crucial, given that, you know, perhaps you can combo-wombo with that Strangling Prison, but not much else you have. You gotta be worried about your backline, because the Kame's lurking around somewhere with the Dance of the Butterflies has been noted in that front line, so all eyes are straight ahead. Mafia gets pushed back with a huge shove, but there we go. The Dance of the Butterflies, too much action, little more focus. There is, right at that tail end. Beatty gets caught off guard. The trade onto Yuri is perfect for Behemoth. Now Supernova to continue the sustainment. Backline now harassed. Behemoth gets traded out.
Yeah, so much damage, so much firepower on the side of U-Wings. And they go back to their winning ways as the Assemble Fire are reeling back to spawn. They just caught a little bit. Either way.
Can't find any success. A bit of a sneak play around the back. Maybe wanted to stall that cart, but that cart will hit that second point. With the audio chorus coming through, they're not even resting on their laurels. U-Wings just pressing four members up front, so far forward. It's a maniacal aggression from the attackers here.
Hunting down, trying to maim what is left of Assemble Fire, but Assemble Fire, they have a lot of ultimates to work with, but Mafia gets lasered down by Neil. Is there any response though? There's a good Strangling Prison, but it's immediately neutralized by the invisible boundary by Fuyu Khan. And now, what is the response from U-Wings? Dance is available as everyone on U-Wings using their ultimates, using their supportive ultimates to keep themselves alive. Nate trying to find respite with the health pack, but Akama just gets rid of it immediately.
And now it's just a focus down on Kingdom. Assemble Fire being caught in individual fights. No one can be playing together. Both Vanguards at those final moments will be a little staggered out. Now the high ground game, well control of Captain America with how forward they want. Just wanting to off a little bit, get to points. Just a little bit more boost down of this health pack. Every single Fire counts.
No chance. They're only timing as 0-1 trying to launch the sight from this Emma Frost, and 0-1 is able to finish off Neil. A good timing for Fire to come back into the fight. Some sort of defense going as Mafia does get one knockout. Beatty will follow up another as Assemble Fire finally looking to hold yet again. So much more work to do. 1 minute and a half left on the timer.
Yeah, their best case scenario here is just to prevent a third point from U-Wings. They're looking so solid at the moment. They're kind of regrouping, making sure they can just get a little long foot down and get their Nova's online. It's final weakness on the Behemoth we go.
That's the eye of Agamotto. Hero from map 1. Wants to become the main character here. Map number 2, and Assemble Fire, blink and you miss it, just burn away from existence as the rest of Assemble Fire trying to find a way to get some sort of fire going. There's immediately going to be extinguished from the left of viewing with the Freedom Charge, and there's no response, no ultimates, no chance for Assemble Fire to come back. U-Wings, 3, come back.
Back to 26 seconds left on that counter got a little dicey, perhaps around that second leg, but from the most part, U-Wings solidly in command of both the momentum as well as the weight of the offense. U-Wings
with the Supernova. I didn't expect him to just go absolutely perfect with the Supernova. Usually the Supernova is zoning extra firepower, some extra damage, but I have no idea what even happened. YouTube kind of torched everyone out of the fight, and this guy has been, absolutely fired.
Saw that the unit was low health, come in with a nice torch, and then you pop your Supernova, but you a bit of a force for a long individuals from U-Wings, choosing the right time to trade can counter what I'm about to do. Let's wait for them to be sent back to the spawn. Then we take the dub. Take the team fight for ourselves.
Guess I'll set my flames to bake instead of broil.
Assemble fire.
The battle
Can you match the fire of U-Wings right now? They really need to assemble together, find a weakness here on U-Wings. But so far it's looking very unlikely. But for now, Assemble Fire, it's their turn to go for the push as they do make their way forward. U-Wings respecting the space for the time being, but a great hook into the knockback from Nate will kick things
Oh, wow.
off. And Nate will find another knockdown as 3 go down. So rip. Akama gets caught with his pants down his feet as Fury just puts his way out of there.
Okay, Assemble Fire, you know, there's many things that has to go right for them. You have to force an overtime, you have to win an overtime, you have to force a map 3, and then win map 3. That's one of like 5 steps. We keep going. 0-1 wanting to take the press the action against you with the early on, not opting to work at Dr. Strange for back onto his card.
The prime spot for U-Wings. Assemble Fire are looking to push on through. They take control of the choke point. They take control of this first site. And it looks like they will be able to secure the point.
Wow. I mean, I like the adjustments in the gameplay, right? Assemble Fire running the double shields and very good counters with 0-1's group walls to isolate the fights and, you know, get Yutsu, who has been so much of the carry, out of the skies so very fast. And there's not much coordination happening with the backline Psylocke, so I'm just going to switch over to the Phoenix 0-1. Okay, gets bubbled by the Magneto from Mafia just to be able to back out with the rest of their team.
Yeah, 0-1 there. You saw it for a split second, pinning away and isolating Neil from the rest of the team for just a little bit. It could have been an opening fight, but oh my god! The strangling prison from 0-1, it catches 4, and they all go down all together. Oh, you might even mistake it as a sleepover because they're all just laying down right next to each other.
I mean, the ultimate usage is prestige from Assemble Fire. They are looking to really force. Looking good right now is 0-1's gonna be taking the early fight, the isolation onto Neil. Coming in with the Kraken.
Oh no!
Impact again and again. The 3K. Find more. The shot onto Akame as well. We'll seal the deal.
Here we go, Nate. That's what we want to see. Assemble Fire. We had some doubts. We thought they were out. We thought they were done for in this series, in this tournament. But Assemble Fire, they still have something left in them. Close quarter combat is what Nate shines with that Kraken impact. Finds 3. And now Assemble Fire chugging on through. They have so much room to work with. 5 minutes on that timer.
Yuden's doubling down on the pseudo dive. Nuna on the Hulk. And Akame on the bucket to maybe match the prowess that my main Nate is bringing as we erupt in a bit of a scattered fight, wanting to just build the ultimate, or since the fate of both worlds online as a counter perhaps against Akame's with the ultimates themselves, but huge start from Dr. Strange onto Kingdom.
Oh my goodness, so many particles coming in. This dunk might be huge here. He's able to find Axelio. That's one strategist away from the fight, out of it. And he did save the fate of both worlds. And it might be U-Wings looking to regroup. They need 80 is dangerously low right now. Needs to find a way to keep himself sustained, keep himself alive. But the Assemble Fire looking good right now. They're able to just wipe out what is left of Ewings. And we go to OT for the first time in stage 2.
Oh my gosh. Jig has to be what they need to do to prevent instant playoffs. They have to force overtime. That was step 1, and they did exactly that. 3+.
Overtime push, whereas Fire.
Yeah, that's a lot of flexibility, but hey, sometimes it might be a double-edged sword. You think, hey, 4 minutes, no, we're chilling. No, you have to press every single advantage. You cannot relax, especially because this is only step 2 of your 4-part plan, right? You have to wait but they're running what looks like a
that's gonna allow are only able to be they need to get as much ground as possible. And finding that pick on the 0-1 is that step 1.
The starts there, and already Assemble Fire are firing back. Gets pushed away! I don't know.
Wait, but the stun is still good though!
In order! It's a slash, and the dash, it's a Kame! Finding pick after pick! They're pressing their issue onto Beanie, onto Behemoth, and suddenly overtime trigger, but they're chugging along this card. It doesn't look like Assemble Fire.
Able to get from point. From the point, and this is a great look for Ewings. So many ultimates, so much value as they just get torched out yet again. It's a full team wipe here.
Yeah, that first leg as well was a near team wipe. It is just everyone trying to group together and make plays, but that's where the Sparks and the Phoenix and Song Inferno can really shine. You take advantage of the grouping that Assemble Fire are bringing. They'll have to take the high ground, which is precisely what they do to make their way into the Kingdom Elite, opting for the Mega Hurricane.
This time Assemble Fire, they have resources here to defend. And here comes the Meteor M. Doesn't quite land the mark, but Akama standing up on the high ground trying to scout what targets he can look for as the last stand from YouTube, is able to find one, and then every one of Ewings follows suit. A great push, but that overtime meter, they cannot move, they cannot stray away from the site. And so far, Assemble Fire weren't able to take control, take advantage of the limited space that Ewings are only able to provide. They only need one person on the site, and everyone from Ewings looking to push the advantage.
Right up there, gonna fast that, get this group as low as possible, and it will be taking out 0-1 very early on. That's a fraction of defenses for Assemble Fire, who opt to have to fall back a little bit. Taking all these match space is not wise. Like you already see YouTube already perched up, wanting to see who will fall into the air.
Great shot!
Wait, pull up onto my mate Nate.
in by Fuyuchang. Able to find the pick onto Nate. And now this is looking scary for Assemble Fire. You need to stop the push if you don't want to put yourself at a really big disadvantage as Yutsu slashing his way forward. Doesn't quite land the kidnap. Silent Seduction also going to zone everyone of Assemble Fire back. 3 go down, and it looks all but likely of a 6-point for Ewing. They just need to go for a little bit more. They find Kingdom. The dagger is there, but Nate will find one. But is it enough? As he's able to jump hurdle over Yutsu. And Nate just going for a desperation pick. Isn't able to find it. No one home on Assemble Fire. And Ewings push us the
that I cannot believe what I'm watching. I was sitting there, but I'm standing. So edge on my toes, I suppose. I mean, the way you playing even more phenomenally on your overtime attack half, right? I mean, they did pretty good during the regulation, but hey, getting 0-1 on that shot by one frame. Just for Assemble Fire.
Saving grace here for Assemble Fire. They have 4 minutes. Assemble Fire need to match. And go to 6-6. What would happen in that scenario?
Cross that bridge when we get there, Dad. I mean, are you not entertained, Chad? Does you not entertain the match right now? We're bringing it though. Assemble Fire has to do it all. Again, force that process. Keep your hopes alive. Some early on damage from Akame just to be able to build that 12% and some additional offense. Not to come off the first around this quarter.
Bring us to a 6-6 scoreline. But that's exactly what Assemble Fire need to do. If they don't do it, they are out. So it's either create great here as, oh my gosh, welcome to Wolverine Airlines. It's Yutsu, the captain of team, and he's able to pick out Mafia.
That was phenomenal. Now Assemble Fire will keep from the Wolverine is a little bit liquidated. Oh, struggling with it, but we'll find my main
away as the timer leads more yet again. Back in. One does have the silent seduction, but when does he pull the trigger? Everyone on Assemble Fire starts to reach. Vanguard. Fight.
Might be the triggering point, right? We have the Omega Hurry in the back line. You save the Sonic Seduction for another fight. Now, you see, I think Yuri on the Doctor Strange, the Desperation Portal. They want to bleed the timer more. They have to. It's 2+ minutes for Assemble Fire. They have all the lucky in the world to keep going. It's going to be a last minute Desperation. 3 minutes on the clock. And now comes out with the Fateable World.
The Ewings want to end this right here, right now, as the Silent Seduction and Mafia with the dunk finds the enemy. Luna Snow shuts down the Fateable World yet again, and now Mafia needs to keep on going forward. The stun from the IFN not quite landing the mark, but is it even necessary as Ewings will fall one by one? Assemble Fire will at least make the point.
Okay, that Desperation Portal bled, what, 45 seconds? The clock's still a minute 30 before overtime is triggered. And honestly, at this point in time, it doesn't matter too much. Like, you want possibly 3 players from Assemble Fire on the card, just to push it as fast as possible. They need to gain the space. They don't want to let them off the boards precisely where they are. Positioning-wise, they're pushing up with both Vanguards, taking the front side.
Quick check on the ultimates available on both sides. And if it's used now, would be absolutely perfect. And Yutsu agrees with my suspicions, but Ewing finds 3 and only 2 but they do have 45 seconds to work with. They do have a portal to work with as well. But will Assemble Fire use that now, or will they just walk over? It looks like the option will be the latter, and they will just take their march back to the point. But Akama is the one in their way. Omega Hurricane, though, going to be used. There is no response available for this Cyclone that is of Kingdom, but he will get picked away, will get traded out, but it isn't too little too late. Only 3 members alive on U-Wings to try to defend the push that is coming in from Assemble Fire, as the timer will hit 0. Overtime will start. And now it's getting dire for Assemble Fire. They need to find the 2 points. They need to keep themselves alive in this tournament. Can they do it?
It's so much pressure right now for them to have to go in distance. The setup, the AC-130 from my meaning kind of fell down the shield of Dr. Strange, but it's the madness coming out, finding Kingdom in the midst of the ultimate coming online. The Punisher with the final judgment, the game my soul immediately targeted by the Dimitri, and Dr. Strange finding so much value. Right at that tail end, U-Wings firing on all cylinders. No overtime is bleeding out. Assemble Fire. No response. There is no teleport from Kingdom. And it's 4-6. The scoreline goes to U-Wings.
What a series we have witnessed here. It was a 2-0 in favor of U-Wings, but oh my god, how close could it have gone? We go the distance. We went all the way, all the rounds in map number 2. But it's in the end, it's all U-Wings as they look to secure a 2-0. And this might be the end of the run for Assemble Fire here in this tournament. U-Wings were able to go even farther with a quarter of what was available for themselves, and that is just absolutely insane coming in from U-Wings with only 1 minute on the clock, and then most of that
These are numbers that we've for themselves and secure eliminations, put them to bed quickly.
Absolute insanity though overall from this entire map. At the highlights, there were just so many moments from both sides. They had their moments. Yutsu moments from both teams, but in the end it was this is
and I think it really started with the picks and bans, you know, like U-Wings kind of read the strat book a little bit, went with, you know, 4 strategists banned right off the rip. Now on that second map, choosing to also strip Mafia away of that Captain America that was basically probably the thorniest thorn on their side on domination. And with that removed out of the way, without the side flanks coming out from the side of Assemble Fire, it just meant you need to focus
safety net to work with. Pseudo third stretch ultimate to rely on.
Yeah, and I mean, who can forget also, Yusu just obviously wrecking so much on that convoy map, but, just cast your memory a little bit back onto the domination match and, rocking the Adam Warlock time and tide and having so much value with those karmic revivals, just being able to hide in the right corners at the right times, draining away the ultimate usage from Assemble Fire. Sure, take these eliminations, no problemo. I'm gonna bring that back. I'm gonna bring it with the Freedom Charge. I'm gonna bring it with the Fate of Both Worlds. That's how they keep the momentum alive in that first map. And then obviously clicking heads in the second was the name of the game here.
And we are getting word that we will be interviewing a player from the winning team here of Assemble Fire versus Ewings. It is going to be a player from Ewings. We will be joining them in a few moments as we are going to get a little bit of an insight. It will be none other than Neil of Ewings. How are you today?
This is our first win, so I'm very happy. I'm really happy. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. I mean, we kind of talked about that being the first win for Ewings. So important here in Group B. Sorry, in Group A, getting your
group
leg up against Assemble Fire.
Yeah, I'm very happy.
Yeah, that's exactly how you feel. So, how have you been getting ready after your last match against, what was it, EXO? Did you learn anything from your first game that helped you in today's game?
EXO is really good team, so I watched replay and learned too many focus for and they have great team up with Magic. But we beat them in MRC and Open Qualifier with Leo and Yukan. So I believe we can win again. So they are strong.
I'm sure you guys are
to be able to get into the Ewings rocking the Mantis on that first map and the Emma Frost on the second. I mean, so humble. I love a humble king.
Yeah, and that's the preparation you need to go right in this tournament, playing at the highest level. You need to figure out what possibly. And now Ewing now staying alive here in this group.
Even past that, right? Not just looking at VOD reviews of your losses, against the wins, against Incipients whom they've met up before, have identified their strengths, and will be ready to meet them again next week during week 2 of the group stages. It is a story for the ages here between Assemblefire and Ewings. Unfortunately, Assemblefire take another L. Ewings get their first dub on the board here. It's gonna be a beautiful moment at the nutrition, get some hydration because
chopping all those fighting souls, buddy, and across the world I see you standing in my way. And remember the time, the place we used to fight, like the sun and moon, and I wonder if ever there was a time that we were friends. The night has fallen, shadows looming, and yes, that time has come for me to seek you out. We are set now for our last reunion. Break the chains, find your way, come find me. Do you remember who you really are? Show me that you are still the